Lifting heavy, lifting light. Which is your preference? Hey, folks, Andrew here, Top Fitness Strategies. I am the face who runs the place, and we're all about the fitness over 50. Feel better, look better, gain some confidence. That's what we're all about. Today, let's talk about lifting weights. And I'm not talking about machines. I'm not talking about stretchy bands. Let's talk about good old fashioned weights with the plates, the dumbbells, what have you. Let's focus on that. Get that in your mind as we talk about this. Should you lift lighter? Should you lift heavier? That's an age-old question. There's a lot of information out there, one versus the other, this versus that, the benefits, the non-benefits, so on and so forth. Throughout the internet, you're going to find all kinds of stuff. Now I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Now, do I have scientific backing facts to do this? I do, but I'm not going to cite any of them. Okay, we'll just keep it at that. So if you see me looking down a little bit, it's because I'm glancing at some notes I have written down here. All right, lifting heavy weights versus lifting light weights. The main thing is, what are you wanting to do? If you're wanting to gain muscle, I mean bulk up, yeah, you want to lift heavier weights. It's just part of it. And I'm talking specifically for the folks over 50 years old. Now, if you're under 50 years old, absolutely, this is going to help you out tremendously. Okay, but let's talk about the person I'm looking at right now, the person I'm talking to. If I'm sitting at a bar having a beer with you right now, I'm talking about the guy in his 50s, over 50 years old. Okay, if you want to gain bulk, if you want to gain muscle, if you will, lack of a better term, yeah, you want to lift heavier. Okay, now if you don't want to lift as heavy, will you get bulky? You probably won't get bulky, but yes, you will gain muscle. But there's specifics you have to do when you go through it all. And so, for instance, let's just talk about curls. All right. If you get a 25-pound dumbbell, some people can do it with ease. Some people have to struggle a little bit. And I say 25 pounds because that's the heaviest weight I use is 25 pounds. That's what I have in my home gym. And if you haven't seen it, I'd link to it in the show notes. The video I did in the podcast I did over the my home gym equipment. Okay, so using 25-pound weights. If those are if it's pretty easy for you, then go up to 30, 35, 40-pound weights, whatever, 50-pound weights, go up a little bit. And if it's too heavy for you, go down a little bit. But what I do not want you to do, if 25 is, let's just say it's a little on the heavier side for you, don't go down to a 5-pound weight and do that 1,000 times. Is it beneficial for you? It all depends on what your definition of beneficial is. I go back to what I always say, doing something is always better than doing nothing. And if 5 pounds is all you can lift, so be it. But if you're have the 25-pound dumbbells and you can lift them pretty regularly, going down to 5 pounds probably isn't the best idea unless you have a massive strip set stuff you're doing, which is a whole different ballgame here. Okay. So if you want to get bulkier, as I'm saying, when I want to put gains in there, yeah, lift heavier. Okay. Now, if you choose not to go that route and you want to lift lighter and you want to get a good workout in, I'm going to tell you to be very precise with your movements. Okay. Now, trying to do 50 reps in 30 seconds is probably not going to do it for you. No, don't do that. Be very precise with your range of motion. Go up and down with your range of motion when you're doing curls. And that's what we're talking about right now, just curls. When you're going up and down, be very precise. Somebody once told me a long time ago before I started working out, this is actually for a golf swing. And I use it in, I'm not a golfer at all, believe me, when I tell you that. But I use this at the gym. They said when you're in your backswing with the golf, I keep hitting this, your backswing with the golfing, say the phrase in your head or even out loud, I eat peanut butter sandwiches as you're coming back. Do the same thing with your weights. I eat peanut butter sandwiches. I eat peanut butter sandwiches as you lower and raise. So if you say the phrase, go down with it. When you say the phrase, come back with it. Say a phrase that's going to take a little bit. Now, if you want to count to 10, don't do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, don't do that. I eat peanut butter sandwiches and say it out loud. So it is articulate, if you will. It's really going to help you out with that. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds stupid, but if you're going to do a lighter weight, be very focused on the range of motion with it. Okay, and if you're let's say you want to do it, and if you're going to do a lighter weight, here's another trick I would say: do not do it in sets of 10, 12, 15. Do it in sets of 30 seconds to a minute, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, whatever. Do it in time frame. That way you're not hung up on how many reps you're doing. Now, don't get hung up on it. Now, if you're more comfortable doing that because we're all taught to do a number of reps, then go for it. I'm just giving you a different and alternative way of doing things. That's lighter weight. The heavier weight, I would still do the peanut butter sandwiches with the heavier weight, but you're not going to be able to do as much. And you're going to get fatigued a lot quicker. Your muscles are going to say, "Whoa, what's going on?" a lot quicker. So, those are some of the tips I'm going to give you: heavyweight versus lighter weight. Which one you want to do? Bulking and gain, you want to do the heavier weights. Again, always focus on the range of motion and the quickness or slowness, however you want to terminology it, however you want to term it. Not the most sexy subject out there, but a question a lot of guys come up with. It's usually guys. Now, the girls talk about bulkiness, a whole different ball game. We'll talk about that another time. But okay, I'm going to stop it here. My name is Andrew. I am the face who runs the place. Top Fitness Strategies. Fitness over 50. Feel better, look better, gain some confidence. Until next time. Ciao.